Hello, welcome to Tabletop CP. Tonight we return to sharp practice in the Good Doctor campaign and a mission called Rundown. Tonight's briefing. After his defeat at the hands of new Continental Captain Steven Russel at the Battle of the Barn, Captain Gage splits his forces and attempts to reach Paulus Hook to regroup. While Captain Russell goes after the main force, he dispatches Lieutenant Hancock and his force of skirmishers to harass the other group. Lieutenant Argyle, in command of the smaller British force, has had time to reorganize and strengthen his force and decides to turn and face the pursuing Continentals rather than have it nip at his heels the entire way. Both sides will get one primary deployment point within 6 inches of the road, playing long table edges, and they will get one additional fixed deployment point anywhere else on their edge. No extra deployment points of any kind are allowed, and since neither side is defending, both armies will be deploying as if attacking. So no extra 6-inch deployment range for the defenders. Objective. Both sides are trying to force the other side to flee the field. The Continentals hope to continue the harassing pursuit all the way to Paulus Hook, and the British hope to stop the pursuit cold, perhaps even turn the tables. Secondary objective. It is rumored a large stash of brandy was hidden on the hill by the locals when they heard the fight was moving this way. Whoever finds it and returns it to their side will become quite popular with the men and command. So we have a hidden stash of brandy in this dilapidated old house, covered up crudely with some dead branches. So that is the objective. We also have some civilians on the board today. So we have 3 civilians. Civilians activate on 3 straight flags. Roll randomly to see which one activates. If 3 flags are all the same color, that player can choose which civilian activates. When activated, roll a d6. On a 1, the civilian runs into the barn, never to be seen again. The barn cannot be entered for the rest of the game. On a 2 or 3, the civilian hits the deck and does not move. On a 4 or 5, the civilian moves 3d6 in a random direction. On a 6, the civilian moves 3d6 towards the closest unit and draws a pistol and fires if in range, which is 12 inches, hitting on a 6. The civilian is now shown his allegiance. The enemy may fire through the civilian. The civilian will be killed in the first volley fired. So if the civilian is fired through before he declares his allegiance by either side, a bad things happen roll must be made as if a level 1 leader was killed, unless that civilian, of course, has already declared his allegiance. So there's a little bit of randomness to the game. Maybe get someone to think about, something to think about, as in not firing through civilians for no good reason. So that is it. So that's the mission, the objectives, and the civilians. So now we'll just take a quick look at the terrain. So on this side of the board we have a large open area with some farm fields. We also have an orchard here, which will be soft cover. We have 2 lines of fences. These will be soft cover as well, and difficult terrain to move over. I have a little patch of woods over there in the corner, which will also be soft cover. So all these footprints where the trees are on are going to be dense terrain, no visibility through, and soft cover if you're in. And the hill itself is not completely covered with woods. It's just the patches in the footprints that are woods. And then we have the old burnt down house here, and that is going to be hardcover, as it is a stone house. And that's really it. So not a whole lot. Oh, the barn. The barn will be soft cover as well, and block line of sight, of course. So there's a little obstacle there for the armies to move around or fight through or go inside, assuming a civilian doesn't occupy it. And that'll be it. That's it for the terrain. So now we'll take a look at the 2 forces. On this side we have the British force. This is 74 points worth of British with 6 leaders. So first of all, we have in overall command Lieutenant Archibald Argyle, leader 1. He's a status 2 leader. All the rest of the leaders are level 1, and Argyle's in charge of 2 groups of redcoats, and they have sharp practice. Moving over, we have leader 2, that is Roger Sharp, leading a group of light infantry skirmishers. Leader 3, we have Lieutenant Dan Klein, leading another group of light infantry skirmishers. And the light infantry skirmishers have sharp practice, aggressive, and tomahawks, and they are light infantrymen. Leader 4 is going to be a new unit for the British that we've never used. And these are going to be played as loyalist rangers. And they're going to have rifles, so it's going to be a group of rifles for both sides, as you'll see soon. So the Loyalist Rangers are pretty much the same as the light infantry, except for they have rifles, and they have a movable deployment point option, which is, well, not an option in this game. And then we have leader number 5, Tatanka. I'm sorry, Son of Magua. And that is a group of Indian skirmishers, so they're going to be treated as just regular skirmishers, so long range. They'll get a +1 on their firing, and they get a free move just like all the other light infantry here, or skirmishers. And then finally, leader 6 is Lieutenant George Ramsbottom, leading a group of dragoons, and they have the tally-ho rule. And that is the British force. Now we'll take a look at the Continentals. Here we have the Continental Army. So over here we have in overall command Lieutenant Bartholomew Hancock, a level 2 leader in charge of 2 groups of Continental infantry. They have sharp practice. The rest of the leaders are all level 1. Starting in the back we have Lieutenant Johnny Walker leading a group of light infantry skirmishers. Leader number 3 is Sergeant Billy Smith leading a group of light infantry skirmishers. Leader 4 is Robert Wadsworth leading his rangers, so they are light infantry and they are armed with rifles. Leader 5 is a new leader, is Walter Cobb. He's in charge of militia skirmishers, so they do not get any +1 to shoot bonus unless they are in cover and at long range. And finally, leader 6, Benjamin Talmadge, captain, level 1 leader leading his dragoons, and they have tally-ho. So that is it for the briefing and the forces. Tonight Steve and Andre will be playing. Andre will be playing the British, Steve will be playing these guys here. And as soon as they get here, we'll roll force morale, pick some support, and we'll get started. So Steve and Andre have arrived, and we've given them 4 support points each to use. So with his, Steve bought a musician, and he's upgraded Johnny Walker to a level 2. And Andre has brought a holy man, which is actually going to be a voodoo priestess. And he's also upgraded leader Harry Johnson, which is the leader of the Queen's Rangers, I forgot to mention in the intro. So Harry Johnson is now a level 2. Deployment wise, Steve put his fixed secondary here. He put his main primary deployment point there. And Andre put his primary there where the donkey is. And the pigs are his fixed secondary. So we're ready to begin. So Andre will be the bagman, unless Steve wants to be bagman tonight.
Yeah, I'll let Andre do it.
Alright.
Woohoo!
Start now with the beginning of turn 1. Alright, Andre.
Gonna call it, Steve?
Tiffin.
Red flag.
Red 6. That's
Half.
that's Captain Talm. I'm sorry, red. I'm
That's
looking
me.
at the wrong list. Ramsbottom. That's Ramsbottom. So Andre did bring in Ramsbottom there. 12-inch deployment for dragoons. And next card is
Is it red flag? Blue flag. Oh!
blue flag. And
You
real quick, the
beat.
hill. There are some special rules for the hill. So line of sight. What was it, Andre? If you can't see 2 levels up, or you can only see 1 level up.
You can see 2 levels up, you just can't see through the level.
Across.
You can't
that's
see
right.
across a level.
Yeah.
So from here, so if there's a level intervening, you're
Okay.
out of sight.
And there's no running up or down the hill, and dragoons can't. They can't run at all, and they can't canter. Well, they can if they can find a place to canter, like where they won't run through one of these woods here, because they can't canter through there. All right, so next flag or card.
And it's
Tiffin.
okay.
All right then. On to turn 2. The Ramsbottom is on the field
He
by
has-
his lonesome.
He's got the brandy to himself.
He doesn't know about the brandy. We don't tell Wadsworth about such things.
Okay, and
Red 2. That's
so what
Roger
you get for not
Sharp.
wanting to pull cards, Steve.
That's right. Roger Sharp. So Roger Sharp has come in there. Next card or flag or card? Yeah, I'm sorry, not flag.
It's a card. It's a.
That's a Harry Johnson.
Oh my.
Harry Johnson has come in right there out in the open
Where else would you go?
in the woods. Red flag. There's some blue ones in there, right? Did I put them in? Yeah. Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh,
Blue That's Hancock, the main man. So Hancock has come in over here which is a bit of a surprise to me, but I guess Andre's Harry Johnson scared him off. Tiffin, wow. Okay then, so you have a flag, Andre.
I do. Burley Tiffins.
The Rams bottom used the last flag, and he's just went at a walk 2d6, and he's just coming along down that little path there. Let's get some blue stuff out here.
Blue.
Hey, blue one.
Nice. Well, if you're gonna just do one blue chip, that's the one you might as well do.
Yep, that's Hancock. Hancock just moved that way, only 2 inches, and then turned back to face up the hill. Blue flag.
Blue flag. Come on, don't I? Are we gonna see any red stuff? Man.
Blue flag.
2 flags. And is it? No.
Blue 6, that's Talmadge.
Those are dragoons, right?
Your dragoons. Talmadge is staying in reserve for now.
3. That's
Red 3, that's Lieutenant Dan. And your other group of light infantry.
Dan.
Lieutenant
Red
Dan.
1.
Lieutenant Dan has also come in, so Andre's making a big push for the brandy. Well, in the brandy, you have to hold the brandy till the end of the game.
Or carry it off.
Or carry it off 2 guys per barrel.
Okay, 3 flags.
That could bring
You could
something
bring
in.
something
At the
in.
end of the turn?
No,
Or
right
right
now.
now.
But not
At the
right
end of the
now.
turn, you can only activate something that's already on the board.
So, the level 2 leader that I upgraded,
Uh-huh.
can he command a second light infantry to come in?
No. He just has 2 commands instead of 1. So we'll let Steve decide what he wants to do. So Steve brought in Wadsworth with the 3 flags right there. Next flag, or card. Blue 3, Billy Smith. That's your other group of light infantry skirmishers. So Lieutenant Billy Smith has come in here next to Wadsworth's Rangers. Next card.
Oh.
Good call on
Short.
using those 3 flags, Steve.
Short
good advice.
phases.
Andre got robbed.
Again.
On to turn 3. Or 4. I don't know, it's going so fast.
This is 4.
2, that's Johnny Walker. So that's your upgraded light infantry leader. So Lieutenant Walker has come in, so virtually the entire Continental Force is going for the brandy. No one's going over for the open.
You know how
area.
those Americans are.
Blue flag. Blue 4, that's Wadsworth.
Okay, I might legitimately start feeling robbed here soon.
That is Mr. Robert Wadsworth. Wadsworth is advanced with his free move up into the woods. And he's going to fire onto Ram's bottom with 5 men can see, needing 3s.
So 2 hits.
2 hits. In the open. 1 point of shock.
Ouch.
And so do you want to tap reload or do you want to reload half reload as a rifle?
I'll half. So the rifle, that will give you a +1 to hit, right?
You always get the +1, it just gives you a longer range. So next flag.
Oh, it just gives you range?
Next card. The rifle's a 36-inch range.
Also it becomes a musket at that point.
Becomes,
Yeah.
if you tap reload, it's on musket. So red
I'll
flag.
tap reload.
Okay. So we just tap reloaded his rifles. Red 5, Son of Magua. Son of Magua has deployed onto the hill. So everyone's going for the brandy. I guess we should have put an objective over here. It's the same thing we had last game. We tried this. Blue flag.
Ooh.
Ooh, red 1. That's Argyle. You're
Red
right,
one.
man.
Big red one.
Argyle's come in over here. He's following the road. He's heard some commotion. Here he comes. Next card. What is it?
2.
That's Roger Sharp. Roger Sharp has moved 18 inches. Triple 6s. So maybe farther than Andre wanted to move him, but there he is.
But I'm not going to complain too much
Red
until he
flag.
gets his...
So we both have 2 flags now, so you could activate a unit minus leader. Or keep pulling.
Or I can reveal.
Yeah, go ahead and reveal.
Reveal. Red 4. Oh man. Who is that? Harry Johnson. It's Queen's Rangers. Harry Johnson has just moved up all 3 of his moves. 2 plus his free one. He's moved up to there. So next card, please. Oh, red flag. That's 3 of them.
Hold on.
Guys, he used his 2 flags just to move them up to get them out of that little arc of fire that
Snipers.
Harry Johnson has over there.
3.
Blue 3. Billy Smith. That's these guys here. Billy Smith has just advanced with 2 dice, so you still have enough free move, Steve. I don't know if you want to move more. You've only used 2 of your. You used 2 actions, but you do have your free move. Billy's just going to stay put. Ooh, 4 flags for Andre.
4.
It's like Ram's bottom is did a left face and headed that direction. Had a walk with the 4 flags, so he could
A 4
possibly
flag
go again.
walk. Ooh.
Blue flag.
Speaking of flags.
Could come in handy if the Tiffin comes out.
3.
Red 3, Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan has used all 3 of his moves to move up there behind those woods, close to the brandy.
And
Tiffin, finally. Okay, so Steve,
Tiffin.
you have a flag left, so you could activate Johnny. And Andre has no flags left, but I think you activated everyone.
But
didn't you?
one flag,
Nope.
somebody's already on the board, right?
Yeah, so it'd have to be Johnny Walker, guy who hasn't activated yet. It's the only one you could do something with right now. So he moved up. 2 of the guys are going to get within close range, so they're going to be hitting on 2s. And then 2 guys are not in close range, and they'll be hitting on 3s. So do the 2s first.
2.
So 1 hit, 3s. 1 hit.
What?
1 hit.
Oh, I thought you said 1 hit on the 3s. I'm like,
1 hit.
it added up to 3, Travis.
And you'll get hard cover because he's shooting through all this soft cover here.
Okay, so 1.
Nothing.
1
And
nothing.
they're unloaded, right? Because you used 2 to get up there and 1 to fire. So
No, he only used 1 to get up there.
Yeah, I used my free move.
he used 2.
Oh, I thought you just rolled that 4.
Now we on to the next turn. Here we go with turn 20. I don't know if it's that far.
And
Blue 6, that's
It's the
Talmadge.
Dragoons, right?
Yep. So Talmadge just come in off of this deployment point here. And what speed are you coming in at?
Canter.
Cancer. A popular speed to come in at.
yes, it is. Ooh.
Red 2, that's Roger Sharp, who is these guys here. Roger Sharp and his boys moved in there, and they're not going to fire because he doesn't want to be unloaded at the end of the turn. Use both 2 actions to get in there, so it'd be fire and be unloaded. 6, that's Ram's bottom. And the fastest decision Andre's ever made in a game, he removed a shock.
Shocking.
Turn the camera off and everything, expecting to wait. Red 1.
Ooh.
That's Mr. Argyle on the road over there.
And it looks to me like he can just go up 3d6.
You good?
So
Nice.
that looks like a 13. Do I get any other pluses or just?
So just the free move. 3d6 for being in column.
So how do I measure it, like up the middle of the road or?
Just follow
just
the curve.
kinda-
It's fine. So Argyle's boys just moved up, hoping for a what'd you say? A random event 7 movement for the
For the whistle a tune.
blue flag. None of
Okay,
the
2
civilians have
more.
operated.
How about 2 red flags?
No.
Not to be.
4. That is Wadsworth.
Wadsworth's Rangers.
Wadsworth has advanced with 2 of his actions. And his last action, he's going to fire onto Lieutenant Dan, needing 3s.
And that's
You're rolling better than you
6.
were.
6-3.
Nice.
You're rolling better than you was.
Hard cover though.
Do I have to? I don't split them though.
No splitting.
Okay, because Son of Magua happens to be in arc.
That's only if you're getting shot at by a formation.
Well, that would definitely make sense in this situation.
Just 1 dead.
No shot.
Nope, because he's in hard cover. 5 and 6. Check your leader.
But
Should let you remove a guy first. It would definitely been him. Nope. So a dead man out of the light infantry. And you're unloaded, Steve.
No shock.
No shock. Yeah, he didn't roll any fives.
Shocking.
Bunch of fours. If he was in soft cover, it would have been. So next card.
So just that it's hard cover because he's in soft cover and he's
I have
got
a
a small
skirmish.
team.
Yeah, and he's a skirmisher.
A skirmishing small team. And you get a blue 2.
That is Johnny, Mr. Johnny Walker, who is these guys here with the red base. So Johnny has reloaded, and he is going to fire into sharp. So bring him over here. I need threes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, Americans are some good shots, but you are in hard cover, Andre.
I am, and
Dead in a shock. There you go. There's a shock for you, Steve. Check your leader before you pull a guy, or it'll definitely be him. See? It was so close it took his hat off.
oh, man, the
2
the
casualties.
dead guy's going. Yeah, took my hat off with half my skull on it.
Took his hat off of my head. Next card.
Red flag.
None of the civilians have done anything yet. Oh, maybe here.
Blue flag.
Wait, 3 flags. I can do something exciting.
Steve has 3 flags.
Are you going to do something exciting?
So Sergeant Billy Smith has used 2 of his actions, the free one and the move, to move up to here. He's going to fire there. Haven't fired yet, so first fire. So needing 2s into sharp. So all
That's
hit.
too many 2s.
It's all hits. This is off the 3 flags, right?
Yep.
All right, Andre.
How many is
7.
that?
Wasn't it 7?
8.
8? No, it should be 7.
So
Because you got 6
Reroll.
guys plus. Just take 1 out. Reroll. Yeah, dead in a shock, just like Steve called. Check your leader. Nope. So he's lost 2 men and he's got 2 shocks. So Roger Sharp's taking a little bit of a pounding. Next card, Andre. Oh, and they are unloaded. Blue 3.
Oh wait, this guy wasn't done. I'm sorry. He
That was Billy Smith.
he was only halfway through.
Oh yeah.
He was halfway.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Steve activated
What?
Hancock, who has 2 and the force commander. So the first thing he did is activate them, and then he's going to pull them. And with his last command out of the 3 flag activation, Hancock wheeled 8 back, so he's now facing that direction. Next card. Red 3. That's Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
So Lieutenant Dan is going to stand and fire at Wadsworth. So he's got 6 shots because he lost a man. He hasn't fired within close range, so 2s. All hits.
Those are rending hits.
You get to re-roll those? No. So Steve, 6 hits onto Wadsworth in hard cover. A dead. Check your leader. Not Wadsworth. And you can reload.
And I can
And
move.
And you can move. Move an inch. And
Which way you move? Wait a minute. You didn't say which way you were moving.
I'm going.
he's going to
Okay,
go
so I
inch.
get to re-roll.
No, I get to pick. Or you got to pick a
Gotta
random.
go backwards and face the wrong way.
you gotta use the random orientation die.
Scatter die.
Scatter die. Yeah.
Next card.
Run.
Flag. What do you got there?
I got 2 flags.
Was that 3 flags in a row?
No, because
Oh, that's right, you
we
pulled
just
Lieutenant Dan,
did
that's
somebody.
Man, come on. We gotta get these
2
civilians.
flags.
No, but I can activate a unit with flag, right? A single flag.
And on the Tiffin.
Harry Johnson is red 4. That's those guys. So Harry Johnson is going to fire into Talmadge, needing 4s. It's long range.
So how are we hitting on 2s?
Because you're within 12.
So that gives you 2 better?
Yeah, because you're going from hitting on 4s, 5s, or 6s instead of 6s. You're starting off on 6s.
Okay, I forgot about intermediate range.
Yeah, the rifles have an intermediate range. So 3 hits. 3 hits, Steve. On to Talmadge in the open. Ooh,
Nothing.
A dead and 2 shock. Check your
Is there
leader.
a 3's a shot?
In the open,
Yeah.
a dead. A dead.
One dead. One dead and 2 shock.
Only 6s kill.
Yeah.
Even
Musket
in the open.
balls are not very effective. Next card, Andre. Red
3
flag.
flags. Tiffin.
Alright, so Andre's got 3 flags, so he can activate first. Do you have anyone you haven't activated yet, Steve? I think all your guys have activated this turn. So that 1 flag you
So
have
it's
is...
just
So what do you have left?
Son of Magua.
Just Son of Magua. Okay. So Son of Magua got a damn good run, or move all the way around to the flank of Wadsworth. We gotta get Wadsworth before Magua. There could be problems.
Could be. Blue 4.
Hey, what do you know? That is perfect timing. Just what you needed.
Pretty much.
Wadsworth has advanced into fisticuffs with Son of Magua. So he did tomahawks. He got 3 shocks. That's going to reduce Magua or Son of Magua by 1. So in the end, Magua gets 10 because we said he's tribe, which is 8 plus the leader plus aggressive, minus 1. And then Steve gets 6 for being just who he is. And then plus 1 for the leader and 2 for aggressive. So that's 9. So go ahead and roll yours first, Andre. 8 and 5s and 6s.
I'm still not clear why I've only got 1 more dice than Steve when I'm aggressive and I've got a prominent leader.
Prominent leader doesn't give you anything.
Having a leader gives me 1.
Plus
doesn't
1,
it?
yeah. So you got 8. Plus 1 for the leader.
Is 9.
Plus 2 for being aggressive.
Is 11.
Minus
Oh,
1 for the shock. Or minus 1 for the 3 shock.
I forgot about the minus 1.
1,
Ouch.
2, 3, 4, 5 dead. You better do better than that.
It's gonna be
This
tough
is
with
good.
it's gonna be tough with 9 dice.
But not
Holy
impossible.
crap. What?
Get out!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Son of Magua's unit is destroyed. Wow, Steve. Nice roll, man.
Yahtzee!
But you did lose 5 men, so roll for your leader. If it's not a 6, it's him. Nope, so it's him. So see what happens to him.
He's fine.
He's knocked unconscious.
Shakes it off.
So him and 4 guys, this is him here, or
He's got a white shirt.
I think you took him out. So take 4
Oh,
guys
his
out.
leader was dead. I get another die.
Take 4 guys out. Bring back Wadsworth. And then, Andre, you got 2 6s.
Yep.
So that's 2 shock that Steve has to take because each 5 or a 6 is a shock. Each 6 is a shock.
also.
So he's knocked out. So we gotta roll
he's
some bad
broken.
things.
Or no, he's just pinned. 2 men, 2 shock.
He has to have more. So let's roll bad things, Steve, for leader wounded.
My leader or his leader?
Yours. We'll roll his in a second. A 2. Level 1 leader wounded. Nothing. All right, so you lost. All right, Andre. Group wiped out first. Let's start there.
3.
Minus 1.
Okay.
And okay, you got to roll twice now because you have prominent leader killed. So status 1 leader killed. A 4 and a 2. So minus 2 more. So you're down 3.
Down 3.
And just for the record, Andre started at 11. Steve started at a 10. All right. Well, that was a hell of a roll. Probably the greatest
Yeah.
roll of Steve's life. Here he thought Andre was going to clean house.
I did.
I
clean
did
house.
not. It's 10 versus 9 is not overwhelming.
Well, if you're attacking and you're coming in with less dice, that's normally that's a no-go to start. So next die.
It's actually a chip or a card, but it's Steve's big man.
The big man. So Hancock, he activated himself. He also activated Ram's bottom, who cantered up -2 for the shock, got to there. And these guys took their 45-degree move and just moved straight up. Or not straight up, 45 degrees up. Oh, Tiffin.
Nice.
We were just saying, if the Tiffin comes out, he might actually get a chance to do the
Okay,
charge.
so I just need to palm the. What do I need? Which one do I need to palm?
The one with the little...
We palm 2 of them.
Nick.
We need to palm the 1 and the 6.
Okay. And then pull the Tiffin again, or do you care?
He wants the blue 6.
That is not a blue 6.
That is a blue 2. Sorry, it's red 2, and it's Roger Sharp, who is right here. Sharp is going to fire into Talmadge, and he gets 4 shots for this because of the shock in 2s. So 4 hits on Talmadge. Soft cover.
Sure, I need 2s, I get 3 6s. Really?
Yeah.
I'm not usually so wasteful.
3 shock.
Soft cover, right?
Yep, but the 4s are a shock and soft cover, so that's pretty brutal for him. Next card, Andre. I'm sorry, he was going to try to do something
Still,
else.
I've got my free move back. I love the positive spin there, Travis.
After that,
Tell him how wonderful that was.
well, in the end, we forgot he had 2 shock. He rolled a 5, so actually the back 2 guys didn't make it. He had 1 action left. He was going to reload or turn around, but he had to use that to try to get out. Rolled a 1 with 2 shock. So basically, he's facing the wrong way in the woods, unloaded. Can you grab a smoke, Steve, for them?
That son of Magua.
Son of Magua. Yeah.
I'm gonna ghost attack.
The spirit of Son of Magua will.
I was actually thinking,
Haunt.
yeah, I'm gonna fisticuffs here, right?
Haunt him.
The legend of Wadsworth just continues to grow. Blue flag. Next.
Oh. Steve's not gonna do something with that? Come on.
Blue flag.
What if I give you a second one?
A blue flag, that's a unit with no leader, right?
Yep.
Just the unit only?
Yes.
Alright, keep going.
Keep going. Blue 3, that's
Smith.
Smith, who's these guys right here. So Billy Smith has advanced with his free move and reload, and then fire into the back of Sharp. Eating 3s. Holy. All but 1.
5 hits. Oh, 6 hits. 6 hits.
6 hits. Alright, Andre. Hardcover. Well, you got a dead. 1 dead.
It's double, right? For
Double double shock. Check your leader, Andre. Now he'll roll a 1. Nope. Just a dead dude. Alright, next card.
Yay.
And he's unloaded.
I should have put some red ones in. Maybe next
Ooh,
time.
3
wait,
flags.
hang on.
So Steve's not going to do anything with 3 flags yet.
2.
That's Walker.
Blue 2.
Alright, so, what did I say? Sharp? Not Sharp. Johnny. Johnny moved up his free move with a 5, reload, and he's going to fire at Lieutenant Dan. So, close range, needing 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. Man, Steve.
This is quite the night.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to not be in the receiving end.
Hard cover. So 1 dead. Check your leader. One of these days it's going to be your leader.
One of these nights.
Not the
Crazy,
Eagles. Not the
crazy
Eagles.
nights.
What did I say about the Eagles in this?
Same thing as telling you the odds, I believe.
No Eagles allowed.
Ah, there we go.
Wow. Man, Andre.
Good game, Steve. I can't compete with this.
That's Hancock.
Man.
So they moved up. He's going to activate Talmadge's cavalry. They have 5 shock. He's at the canter. He's gonna go straight into the run into Harry Johnson. So he's got 5 shock, but he's moving 3d6 plus 3 pips. So it's 3d6 plus 4 basically.
Oh, no, not today. 9 plus 4, it's 13, right?
I think you made it. You're only 12 and a half out. Yeah, you made it. Just. Okay, so Steve's going to use all 3 of his to add to the attack. So he's going to wind up with 14. So go ahead, Steve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dead and 2 shock. Alright, and then Andre gets 7.
Yeah, he's in the open, right? So it's more than 2, isn't it?
No, that does. It's only 5s or 6s. Need a miracle.
I believe
1, 2,
in miracles.
3. So Andre got 3 with 2 shocks. We'll sort it all out. All right, so in the end, these guys wound up way back here. He actually didn't lose his leader, rolled a 6 for that. But they did break, and they fall back another 2d6 plus 6, so they're right on the edge with 5 shock. These guys actually had to do involuntary withdrawal because they had more shock than guys, and Steve lost 1 on his force morale, Andre lost 2. So Steve's at 9, Andre's at 6. And yeah, we're ready to move on to the next card. Blue 5.
A blue one.
So Mr. Walter Cobb has entered the battle. It's finally safe.
Whoa, that's
flag.
me.
Oh, red. That's Andre.
Look at me go.
I think Steve's definitely been dominating the draws the past few turns.
I dominated the first 2.
Red 1. That's
Red 1.
So the big man, he just had both forces, both groups rammed individually with 3d6. They actually both take a shock, Andre, but that's not going to reduce your dice at all.
Okay.
So they both ran and they both made it. So he's going to attack with both of them at the same time. So what did you say you had?
14.
14. So you go ahead and go
So
first.
I'm going first?
Yep.
Okay.
Against Steve's 6 dice. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
They're all dead. They're all dead. So you get your
And
attacks
3
back.
shock. And 10 shock.
So I guess we'll just roll them all together and
1 shot. Or 1 dead.
1 dead.
all right. So roll for your leader, Andre. Don't roll a 1. Nope.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Well, Talmadge has been destroyed, and we'll figure this out.
And I can remove a shock.
You remove a shock. So Steve dropped 2. He's down to 7, and Andre's still at 6. And I think so. He's actually facing this way and not a formation. Not a formation. All right, next card, Andre.
Tiffin.
Oh, Tiffin. So does anyone have a flag left?
I got a flag.
So does
Steve's
Steve.
got a flag.
And Steve's got a higher force morale, so he gets to pick first. All Steve can do is what's left of the Rangers. He just turned. He's going to fire at Lieutenant Dan and reload.
Got
1 hit. Hardcover. Oh, point of shock.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
And then Andre has 1 flagged, so what do you have? You still got Ramsbottom on the
I
table.
got Ramsbottom. I got Lieutenant Dan. I got these boys. I've got those boys.
All right, we'll let Andre decide what boys he wants to move. So Wadsworth, Andre uses 1 flag to activate Wadsworth. We just moved it a walk 10 inches and got all the way up to here, facing the unloaded Johnny Walker. So you better hope we get Johnny first. Red flag.
Tiffin.
That would do it.
Ooh,
Oh, red 1.
That's interesting.
Now you're going to have to reform. Because you're all messed up over there.
So can I snap them together, or how can I? Do I have to snap one
I
to
think you
the
would have to
other?
move. At least you're going to have to wheel 1 at least to get facing the right way.
But I'm
and the
a
other one
group, so I can
snap.
face any way I want.
So he was able to reform the line. Next card.
Tiffin.
I need a flag and then a Tiffin. Oh, you got a flag.
Actually, I could fire, couldn't I?
No.
So I moved. Oh, these guys could fire because they only reformed. But yeah, I'm good.
3. Who's that? Dan Klein. That's these
Danny
boys
boy,
here.
Danny boy.
Lieutenant Dan was able to make his charge, and he's going to assault what's left of Wadsworth's Rangers. So go ahead.
So
Andre.
just to set the stage here, Steve, if you win this, and it is winnable,
9 against 1. What did you get?
I got a 2.
He got a 2. So he killed the last 2. So Wadsworth looks like he's been captured. Actually, roll your leader. We'll see if it's him. Oh, okay, it is him. Let's see what happens to him. He's killed. Or
so I guess
severely wounded.
we
He's captured. He got bayoneted. They captured Wadsworth. Again, the second time this campaign, Wadsworth's been captured.
Oh, so there's a guy left. Then.
There's a guy left. So what'd you roll, Andre? You got-
2 6s.
and then he got 0. So he
Yeah.
lost by 2. So he's going to fall back
And
9
break.
inches and take 2 shock and break. So we'll sort it all
So
out.
that's 8 shock total. We got a break.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Roll a bad thing.
Well, he's got to roll the bad thing, and he's got to.
You got a bad thing for your
Well, 2 bad
leader
things.
as well. Yeah. So roll a bad thing for your leader. A 4. We'll say he's killed. -1. But technically, he's not dead. He's got to come back in the campaign. Group breaks.
No.
What did you roll? 2?
2.
-1. Damn, Steve's
Down
down
to
to 5
5.
all of a sudden. Andre's at 6.
And Steve still needs to do his break move.
Oh yeah,
I
2d6
pushed him back. He's still got a break.
plus 6 back.
So 14 more.
Oh, he's gonna make it into the enemy line. No! Holy crap! He's gonna interpenetrate the lion unit, and he's gonna give out 7 shock. Yeah. All
I
right.
would have
So
measured carefully if I thought it mattered.
we decided he didn't actually make it.
It was super, super close, but on something like that,
He would have
it's
taken
not
a better
worth the
measurement.
extra push. So, whoa. Where's all the blue stuff?
It's in the bag.
Oh, Tiffin.
Flag. I can't believe those civilians haven't done anything yet. We haven't even rolled a random event or anything.
5 That's the head.
Oh, that's your what's his face? Cobb.
Yeah.
So Cobb actually moved up the road. And next card, please. Blue flag.
Oh, no, I can activate somebody, right?
Good.
Yeah.
But just a unit, not a leader.
A
Yes.
unit minus leader. Sans leader. So Johnny, he's activated. Wait, with the 2. With the 2 flags, he activated Johnny Walker's group of light infantry. He made it into fisticuffs. Lieutenant Dan threw his tomahawks, got 3 more shock. So Dan's gonna be down -2. So it's 9 for Steve, 7 for Andre. So let's start with Steve first.
Uh-oh.
One dead.
That
That's
could
not
be
good.
game, Steve.
Don't get cocky.
That was not the time to whiff.
Don't get cocky, kid.
Okay, here's my cocky roll. I really actually want to whiff. I want to whiff on this. It's like I shouldn't win this.
3. Yeah, Steve just got
Biffed.
beat down. So roll for your leader, Steve. And you too, Andre. So it is Steve's leader.
It is not mine.
Okay. So Andre loses a guy. Did you roll a 5 or a 6? Remember, Steve?
For the leader?
When on your kill, did you roll a 5?
A 5.
Okay, so no shock. So roll. We'll sort it out. All right. So Johnny Walker was repelled. Lieutenant Dan held fast with bayonets and drove him off. Walker took a wound. He's down to level 1 leader. They have 5 shock. Wait a minute. You got 5 shock with 5 dudes, not more guy. Or is that 6? Is that a 6?
That's a 5.
Okay, so you don't have to.
So
roll
you didn't
back
have
into
to
that.
roll that one that you didn't take one.
Yeah, he didn't take it anyway. But he did take 2 more, so he's down to 3 on his force morale, which means he's going to lose, I think, 2 flags. He's going to be down to 2 flags when the next turn starts, and Lieutenant Dan is just holding the line. Next card.
Blue 4.
Holding the brandy, too.
Blue
Wadsworth
4.
is dead.
Wadsworth, yeah, he's.
I guess if you're down and wounded, that's the place to do it.
Lieutenant Dan has captured Wadsworth's almost dead body. Next card. I guess you might as well take Wadsworth's cards out.
That was the 4.
Yeah.
Red flag.
Okay.
Red.
Those guys are dead.
Blue 6.
Talmadge, she's dead too.
Red flag.
That's 2 flags in a row. Maybe a civilian will do something. Nope.
Oh, the line.
Who won? That's what Steve needed.
Yes, it is.
So the formation was able to wheel in 1 move, and he's going to fire an uncontrolled volley into the redcoats with 18 shots. So 6s, but first fire, so 5s. What do you got? 2, 3, 4, 5,
6.
6 hits in the open. So split them up.
6 in the
Start
open.
with the leader group. Shock. Shock
Dead and a
dead.
shock.
So dead and a shock and a shock. Next card, Andre.
Oh, man. Blue 3.
Billy
He's
Smith.
still alive.
Yep, that's his
Oh,
guy.
nice. All right.
Alright, so Billy Smith's just going to kamikaze. Then to try to finish off Sharp, so he gets 7, Andre gets 2.
I almost did it.
So he lost 2. Check your leader. Steven was in here.
4.
So 2 dead and a shock.
6 shock. I might break.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, you got a guy left, so we'll figure it out. So Sharp routed off the table. They broke, and they lost by 2, which made them flee off the table. And Andre dropped 2 force morale down to 4. So it's 4 versus 3 on the force morale. Next card.
Red
4. That is Harry Johnson, who's dead. Oh no, he's not dead. He's over there on the
Dead?
1 millimeter from the edge.
Dead, you say?
He should have routed off the table, I think.
we are going to reload.
Take
And
the shock off.
reface. And
Well, I think they're broken. I don't know if they can.
and
Do
take a
anything.
shock off.
I don't know if they can do anything when they're broken, except take shock off.
I think they can.
Okay.
I think they will.
They should have been off the table. You need to get over there with Cobb and just finish the deal. Blue flag.
Blue flag. Red 6.
Dragoon.
Uh-oh.
Action.
That's Ram's bottom.
Rums bottle.
So Ram's bottom was able to make it into fisticuffs with Smith. 14 against 7. So we'll start with Andre. 1, 2, 3,
That
4,
should do
5,
it.
6. Yeah, that's a lot. How many is that? 6.
7.
That's all of them. And Steve gets 2 in return.
And a shock.
And a shock. Check your leader. Not the leader. So that's a
Very
game.
nice.
Andre's gonna,
Good
or Steve's
game,
gonna
Andre.
concede and withdraw from the field.
I still think Steve is a winner on this one.
We'll come back and wrap it up. Alright, we're here to wrap it up. So, in the end, the British, under Lieutenant Argyle, have turned, met, and defeated the pursuing Continentals. And they've regained the initiative, at least in this little part of the battle.
More importantly, Lieutenant Dan has 4 kegs of whiskey and only has to share it with 3 other guys.
A keg each, boys. They don't have to say anything to anyone. They're just gonna, hey, no one knows about this except us. So him and his light infantry buddies are gonna be getting pretty drunk tonight. So, yeah, it was a wild game.
To say the least.
Yeah, it was swinging wildly to Steve's side. He just couldn't miss. He was wiping people out. And then suddenly it turned and he lost. So,
Well, in my defense, I did start out strong. The first 2 phases was almost all me,
yeah, with nothing to shoot at or
with
do
nothing to really do. But I mean, I was able to get onto the board, and Steve was just kind of over there.
So Steve was just asking what happened. Let's see if we can repiece what happened. So the first thing that happened, wasn't it
Was the
Wadsworth assaulted and took out Son of Magua?
assault big time?
That was an
But-
amazing thing.
I rolled first and had an awesome roll.
Yep. And then Steve just rolled the most epic
And
roll of all time.
Steve double upped on me and
I think he had all
5
fives.
fives out of 9
More than
rolls
that.
or something like that.
It was more than that. But that was an epic moment. And then, so he was doing well there. What happened after that?
So Steve was bringing his
Dragoons, we got a little too
dragoons
aggressive.
up
Dragoons.
this direction.
He took out Harry Johnson.
And
And then got assaulted by those guys.
then I was able to, come back, and between the dragoons going down and coming around and taking out
I still think if
Wadsworth-
those guys would have broke or routed, it
They
would have
did
been
rout.
No, I mean if they would have made it off the table, the leader would have. You would have rolled a bad thing for
Oh,
leader routing, and so
Well,
for
you
them
keep
not
say-
making it,
you keep saying, but
that saved your ass by
I-
not having them run off the table.
I was that was a legit. I don't think I fudged that one at all.
Well, not saved your ass. You might have been down to 3.
I think it was legit.
Or
It
2.
was close.
But this
Close.
game could have gone either direction so many times. I mean, well, you heard me when you got your leader card over in here. It's like what you wound up at the end of that phase, 7
One
chips to
day.
my 3. And it had been going like that for a while.
That happened
You
a
were
couple
just
of
getting
times.
everything you needed, and it's like,
Including the major rolls.
yeah.
So yeah,
And then all of a sudden, it's not that it was so much a huge shift, but you were extended out, and
well, Lieutenant Dan defeating. He wiped out. He took Wadsworth, what was left of him, out, and then he defeated Johnny Walker.
yeah.
So that was very even. I mean, I think
Yes.
he had one more dice than you.
That was 9-7.
Yeah, so that's not good odds for an attack. But the way you were rolling, Steve, is like
What could go wrong?
how could I lose? So yeah. But anyway, so yeah, the British have turned the tables, and they may now be on the pursuit of what's left of this force. And that is it for this game. So yeah, thanks for watching this one, and as usual, check out our Facebook group and our Patreon page. We actually have these guys played the same exact mission with a slightly different map a couple weeks ago, but that was for patrons only. Not because it was a piece of crap mission, but it was different than this one. I had an extra. This is the revised version of that game. Let's just say that, and it's a lot closer this time than it was last time. Last time Andre just steamrolled Steve because of the way I had the scenario set up. So we did
It's good
record
to be
it.
on defense when you can deploy surrounding your opponent.
Yeah. So that became a patron only video, and it's there if you're interested in seeing that. But if not, then you got this one. So
This one's better.
this is a lot better.
This
So,
one's a lot better.
yeah. So thanks again for watching this one, and check out all our tabletop CP stuff and
Get some cool dice.
cool dice, man. The cool dice, they helped Steve a lot tonight with all the 6s until the end.
Man, they were kicking my butt.
And that'll do it. So thanks for watching this one, and we'll be back next week with a fresh battle report.